At the heart of the training, especially on the front end, is guiding you through a mind shift.
The training is intended to help pastors wrestle through a new way of thinking.
The first thing is, we don't want you to just walk through this alone. We want to get you with a few other people. We call that a cohort, to begin to walk through this together.
The sessions that we have together as a group are really meant for processing and discussion. We don't want it to be show up and listen to a lecture for an hour and a half.
It's also meant to give some tools in the midst of that. Let's not just come talk about this and theorize about this. Let's also start to give some tools into the tool belt to begin living into this.
We ask that participants commit to putting in the time of going through the material before they come to the cohort each week.
A lot of the lessons are, this is the way things are, is that what we see in Scripture? But we're not just sort of tearing down and attacking the way things are, we're reconstructing a way forward.
We don't want it to just be our words, we don't want it to be our thoughts, but what's the Bible say about these things? And that participants would actually take the time to look up the Scripture, to ponder the questions, to write out what they're thinking. We want to discuss it and then have you ask the Lord, how are you going to obey that? And then we talk about that next time we get together.
And there's going to be somebody who's helping to walk, who really will lead you in that, coach you in that. And that's going to be a person who's been a pastor, who's now living this life, a person who's actively practicing that, who hasn't just studied it, but this is a journey they've already walked, and these are practices that they are currently practicing.
We are going to be poking at a lot of things that we've done as pastors in the church, that the system holds dear, that don't maybe line up with Scripture.
And we know these aren't always going to be easy conversations.
And so I think one of the most beneficial attitudes that someone could come into this training would be one of humility and curiosity. When the training's done, our hope is that you would want to stay engaged in a relationship.
The training is just a piece of this. The truth is that we're hoping to find people who are feeling the same things. It's almost like we as pastors are our own people group, just because we share so many experiences and knowing of what this has felt like, even if our churches have been very different.
And that's really the main thing that we're ultimately offering. Isn't just the training. The training is a necessary kind of initial step, but we want to see you in community with other people who are also walking down this path.
Help you and spur you on and encourage you and brainstorm with you and support you as you walk in obedience to what God would have for you in living these things out in your setting.